Welcome to BizPadel. Today we are in Madrid, my hometown, so I'm playing at home. And we are with one of the people that are developing paddle worldwide, more specifically in Puerto Rico, which is very important for Latin America, and very special place for both Spaniards and people from LATAM. And it's Carlos López-Lay, the CEO, the creator of Bella Team, which I think is the one that everybody loves. And we want to talk about the team, the Hexagon Cup, but also paddle development in the world, his view and his vision supporting paddle. So welcome and thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity and happy to be here.
Okay, so first of all, it's been a very intense week, I think.
A lot of nerves, a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness, a lot of not knowing what's going to happen. Obviously, now we know how we did. We ended in fourth place, happy. We had a great team. They played extremely well. We had our chances. So what more can we ask?
Yeah, but on top of that, well, being winners, but next year.
Yes, next year. Well, you always want to win, and we want to win. I hate losing, but the experience, having our team here, being able to participate in an event like Hexagon Cup is amazing, so we're very grateful for it.
And I think there's something that makes Bella Team different, which is community. It's a team that is welcoming a lot of people, and it also has their own ambassadors, right?
Yes.
So how does it work?
Well, we're like a family. We're all are very, I guess that's our Latin blood, it's very warm. It's we like to have fun, we like to party, we take things very seriously, but having fun is very important. And the fact that we can have them all together with us, they're people that we've known for a long, long time. They really support what we do. It's not that they come because we pay them to come. It's because they want to be here with us, because they support all the efforts that we do as a company, not only on the corporate side, but also on all the philanthropic and everything that we do as a Bella group. They participate, and obviously they're sports. They like sports, so it's a great opportunity to join us and be here with us too. So
yeah, so you were talking about the support. At some point, I was feeling like I'm in an NBA game, but it was just the Bella supporters making noise.
Yeah, I guess, it's sometimes it feels a little bit strange, the fact that we're very loud sometimes. I'm like, cool. Whoa, but I think we're bringing an excitement and an energy to a sport that it can benefit a lot from it. Obviously, during points, you need to be quiet, but the level of action that we see on those athletes, the way they compete until the end, the fact that you don't know when the point is going to finish, and you think the point ended, and then all of a sudden something happens and didn't end. So you that energy, that you need to let it go, you need to let it flow. And maybe we start a trend when people can be a little bit more getting into the game and knowing that it's good to be excited, and it's good to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think paddle in Spain is live quite like that. It's still the beginning of the season, but when they do, for example, Valladolid outdoors and that, everybody is crazy like this, or in Seville, Malaga.
It's really hard for me to be just sitting and clapping. We need to get involved, and again, we're holding back.
So I think also the players, the ones you have, are very special, are somehow charismatic, right? So how did you pick them? How is that
Actually, yeah, we've been very lucky to have the team that we have. We have Arturo Coelho, who's the #1 player in the world. We have Coqui Nieto, who I'm amazed at, the level of, he's always running, he never gives up. Arturo is from Valladolid, Coqui's from Madrid, so Coqui, everybody loves him here. So the fact that we have Arturo, the fact that we have Coqui, they're a great team playing together. We are very grateful that we have them in our team. This year, Bea couldn't play, so Jessica Castello substituted Bea. And Andrea Ustero was the revelation of the tournament. She's played amazingly. She's a young woman, but she has a lot of talent. Then Marta and Jiménez, they lost their first game and came back, won their second game. So again, we saw we saw a lot of really good paddle games this last couple of days. And the team, they always supported each other. They were always there with us. So that's something that we value a lot, because it's very important that we're a team, and the team needs to stick together in good times and not so good.
Yeah, we felt like that in the bench, right? I had the privilege to take your invitation and be in the match, and it felt like a family, people supporting, but also several coaches there too.
Yeah.
So how is that feeling of belonging?
Well, the fact that you can be like on the floor almost playing with the players, you feel like you're inside the action, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. The fact that you could be so close to the action, that you could be talking to the coaches, that you could be hearing what's going on, that you can have interaction with the other players. I think that's a great experience to have, and it's something that, again, we're grateful for that. We value it a lot, and it's what makes this so exciting. That's why we're committed to this project.
So you are an entrepreneur in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
And you fell in love with paddle. How was that?
Well, I used to play tennis when I was growing up. Then I changed tennis for golf, and I've always been very competitive. And I started coming to Madrid a lot. And at that time, I was playing pickleball in the U.S. So I started to look for a pickleball court here in Spain. There's no pickle. I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago. All of a sudden, this friend of mine, his sons, started to talk about paddle. I'm like, what's paddle? I had no idea what paddle was. And they told me, no, it's just, and they explained. I say, actually, I'm a godfather to one of his sons now, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat you. Because I knew I can play. So we ended up a Sunday night after having dinner. I'm like, let's go and play paddle. So we went to this place called Mat for Paddle, and who actually, their uncle is the owner. It's important part of the story. So Jose Carlos López-Lay. So we ended up going there. We started playing paddle. I liked the game a lot. I started to take lessons there, and I met their uncle, Jose Carlos López-Lay, and he knew that I liked the fact that I was learning paddle, and he started talking to me about this idea of this event that they were going to have in Madrid. Turned out that event was what became the Hexagon Cup. I said, it's very interesting. I like sports. I like teams. And I want to get more involved in Madrid. So I said, I was the first one to say, I like the idea. Then 2-3 months after that, he came, this is moving forward. And I said, I told you I like the idea. I want to participate. At the third time, I'm like, I told you since the beginning. So when it came the moment of truth, I said, I've been in all along. And we were the first ones in the whole group to say yes to this great idea. We're in our second year now, and you've seen the development of the Hexagon Cup worldwide, and especially in Madrid. Great venue. It's sold out yesterday. It's pretty much sold out today. So it's a great event.
Yes, I think it's important, and that's what I'm trying to do, showing what's going on the Hexagon Cup worldwide. Because now that paddle is developing, I want people to see how it's been developed in my country. Because I think it's an example in order to have more people being engaged with the game, but understanding the community, the show, and what's on top of that.
I told you before, I'm very involved in golf in many ways. My younger son is a golfer. I ran a lot of charity golf tournaments. I've been to a lot, and the relationship you create in golf and the environment that you create in golf, the social networking and corporate networking that I created through my lifetime in golf is something very similar to what I'm seeing in paddle. So that came hand in hand. That's maybe one of the reasons I like paddle so much, because I can relate to that experience from before. And regarding the development of paddle, the way I look at it is the fact that here in Europe, Latin America, and other countries, paddle has been an established sport for many years. So you have players that grew up playing paddle since they were little kids. You had other players that transitioned from tennis to paddle. But it took them a while to get to the level of playing that we're seeing here now. The fact that we're getting courts built in the United States, that we're getting courts built in Puerto Rico and in the Caribbean and other countries, gives you the opportunity to play the game. So these new generations that are showing up to play, it's where the next Arturo Coelho Coquinietos are gonna be, but obviously it's gonna take some time. But now we have the recognition of the sport. We have really good ambassadors, especially in Miami. You have good friends of mine like
Peter, yeah, Peter Alonso is a
Peter
privilege.
Terminator Alonso. You have Danny Omedes. You know, and then you have a lot of clubs that are.
Arturo has just moved there, so
Arturo just moved there, so I'm sure that with the courts, with the knowledge of the sport, there's going to be a lot of people playing, and well, I can play it and I'll have fun. I'm not going to be ever close to them, but this younger generation, when they start seeing this experience, very close to them, we're going to start in the next couple of years seeing really good players coming out from Puerto Rico, the United States, and other countries that it's a developing sport.
Yeah, so let's talk about Puerto Rico for a little bit, because I think your team is doing something different. To me, the rest of the teams, they do this event and then they like fade away and then start again, right? But you keep your content alive, but also you do some activities with the team and the Puerto Rico Invitational Cup, right?
Yeah.
So what are we gonna see this year? How does it work? Because I think it's a differentiator and you really understand how content works.
Well, the first time before even coming to the first Hexagon Cup, we did an exhibition match in Puerto Rico. We had Bea Gonzalez, we had Frank Guerrero, who has done amazingly. We had Claudia, actually Bea didn't go, Claudia went, Bea went afterwards, yeah. So, we started to take players to Puerto Rico and have exhibition matches. So we had our community know what paddle was. Maybe they had some idea because they saw it in YouTube. In the last 2 years, the way paddle has been communicated has gone beyond social platforms, even though it's still available on YouTube. You have a lot of channels transmitting the sport. I think that has been amazing. So we did that. We came to the Hexagon Cup. Then we did an event, the first invitational paddle tournament in Puerto Rico. We had really good experience with players like Paquito Navarro, Juan Martín Díaz, Javier Barahona. So, we had 8 teams. They played in round robins, and it was very exciting. It was a great venue. And everybody's asking, are you going to do it again? Yeah, we're definitely going to do it again, most likely in October. Now there's a lot of, we need to look at the calendar because of the premiere and then other tournaments in the United States and the Hexagon Cup. So we want to fit in a place that we can get good players to come and have a great experience like we did last year. We learned from what we had last year, and it was amazing, but I know we can do a better job this year and maybe get more players, and we will continue to promote the sport in Puerto Rico, and hopefully somewhere down the road in the near future we'll have Puerto Rican players playing professional paddle.
Like, we need to prepare for when paddle is Olympic to make sure that there's a real competition, because if it's just Spain and Argentina, it's not going to make sense.
Exactly, and especially the fact, Puerto Rico is a small island, but we are well known for our talent in sports and a lot of really good actors, singers. So there's a lot of heart in everything that we do, and I hope that paddle is one of those sports that becomes ingrained in our culture, and that we're going to have really good paddle players in the future.
We were talking about the 11-11 team, or Dani Omedes. So maybe we can see something 11-11 and Bella playing against Caribbean games or something.
Dani, Eva is Puerto Rican, by the way. So we definitely need to look for some type of friendly competition and keep promoting the sport. And we've talked about it. So we want to get something going for sure.
So in the island in Puerto Rico, are you creating clubs, courts? How are you pushing forward?
Well, there's right now, there's some communities and there's some hotels that are building their own courts. I'm going to say we have about 14 to 16 courts. Within the next 2 years, we should have over 30 courts. And I've been talking to everybody that wants to develop and create the facilities for paddle in Puerto Rico as well as we can, to keep them excited and to hopefully know that there's a great business opportunity for this sport in Puerto Rico. So I see a really good, solid future for the sport in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because what we see here is just the tip of the iceberg, like the top level players, but there's a lot of business to build on top of paddle, as you were saying, the community, the gear, the competition.
See, you can tie this. There's a sport where you see all the athletes compete, But then there's also the fact when you have all the fans playing and the opportunity to create an atmosphere where, again, I think that paddle is taking a little bit of space of what tennis used to have. People ask me, what do I like better, paddle or pickle? I say I like both. I think there's a space for both. I don't think one is going to take over the other. I think pickle, maybe in the United States, it's more advanced, but you see how paddle has grown, and I don't think one has been affected by the other. On the contrary, I think that they both help.
Somehow,
yeah, and you could play both. So there's an opportunity for both sports, especially paddle in the United States and Puerto Rico, to keep growing the same way the pickle, which was first, has grown, and it's now very exciting, and it has a lot of following. I think paddle is going to go maybe in a faster way than the pickle, but it's going to be moving forward very, very rapidly.
Okay. Thank you, and hope next time we are warmer, right, in Miami, Puerto Rico.
Yes, thanks.
It's been my pleasure.
Thanks for the opportunity. Great to be here.
My pleasure.